I'll start saying things and see what happens. With the release of the brand new Razer HD Gen 3 1:10 by 24, surely many of you may be wondering what's the difference between that and the Gen 2 1:6 by 24 that you're all so familiar with. With the Gen 3 Razer 1:10 here, we took everything that everybody loved about the Gen 2 Razer 1:6 and just made it better in pretty much every way. Perhaps most notably, and the thing that's easiest to see by the specs and just the name of the optic, we've made the magnification range a much greater and more versatile magnification range by going from true 1 power on the low end to 10 power on the high end. Now with that more versatile and higher magnification range, going from 1 all the way to 10 power, we knew that the end user was going to want a reticle that could be useful on all those different powers. So instead of going with the second focal plane reticle like we had in the Gen 2 1:6, we now feature a first focal plane glass etched and still daylight bright illuminated reticle. The first focal plane nature and glass etched nature of this reticle allows us to utilize a more technical reticle. So where some of you may see a reticle like this and call it a Christmas tree style, or there may be other names for it out there, when you look at this reticle, there's considerably more information available and useful to the shooter. Whether they're shooting on 1 power, when the reticle is zoomed out and relatively small, and they're using that daylight bright, essentially center dot, almost like a red dot, or they zoom in and with the EBR9, which is available in MRAD, or there is a BDC MOA option in the reticles as well, then they can utilize various different drops, they can utilize ranging features, they can hold for wind, and do a whole bunch of other things with these reticles. Of course, since it's first focal plane, they can do those things with the reticle even when it's not on 10 power. So it could be on 4 power or 8 power. And all those subtensions in the reticle will still remain true in relation to the image size. A few notes about the scope and its physical size, shape, and some of its features that you can see and touch and feel are that this scope in length is actually the same exact length as the Razer Gen 2 1:6. So we didn't add any length despite the fact that we went to a 1:10 power. We did grow in its tube size a little bit from 30 millimeters on the 1:6 Gen 2 Razer to now a 34 millimeter main tube. On the side, you'll see the Illumination Dial in the same place it was on the Gen 2, and it is still locking. You pull it out to unlock, and you have 11 intensity settings with an offsetting between each on setting that you can scroll through. On the top and on the side, you'll see we have our elevation and our windage turret, which is still the same low capped elevation and windage turret like we had on the Gen 2 Razer. And the nice thing about these is that they're so low profile, they can get banged around, they won't get hung up on things. When you're looking through the actual optic, they essentially disappear behind the housing and don't clutter any of your field of view. But once you remove these turret caps, even though they're relatively low profile, they're still easy to grab and they can dial very well. Weight-wise, many of you might be wondering about this, we didn't add a single ounce in comparison to the Gen 2 1:6. So at 21.5 ounces, this actually weighs the same as the lightened Gen 2 1:6E model Razer. So a really nice improvement, if you will, considering the fact that we went to the 34 millimeter main tube. Not shown on this particular model here in my hand, but in every box that the Gen 3 Razer 1:10s come in, there will be an included switch view throw lever that the end user can attach and utilize to make quicker adjustments between 1 to 10 power. And so that was a popular accessory that a lot of people add to the Gen 2 Razers. And you may even notice if you decide not to use that, we also made the magnification ring smoother than the Gen 2s and a little bit easier to manipulate. Optically speaking, that's gonna be one difficult thing to explain to all you folks watching on the other side of the screen here without seeing it in person, Gen 3 versus Gen 2. But what we can tell you is that we wanted to set out to make the Gen 3 better than the Gen 2 in pretty much every single way. So we've improved the field of view, and the eye box is more forgiving and better overall with the Gen 3 in comparison to the Gen 2. So folks, that is the Razer Gen 3 1:10 rifle scope, a phenomenal close quarters optic providing you that amazing Razer low power variable 1 power experience that a lot of you have come to know and love. What's of course even better about it now is that it has these first focal plane reticles available and the ability to go up to 10 power, giving you the ability to not only engage targets up close, but now at long range very effectively. So this is a scope you don't want to miss checking out, and putting on your rifle's bucket list. If you have any questions at all, definitely hit us up in the comments below. We're always happy to help out there. Thanks for watching. Magnified it and made it better by 10 times. Oh wait, no, it's not by 10 times because we went from 6 to 10. That's like 1.6 times. Anyway.